morning. I am a Persian Donnie with Weazel News, and tonight we uncover a story buried beneath polished marble floors and million-dollar smiles. Allegations of bribery and zoning manipulations and displaced families are shaking our city's booming real estate market. Development or deception? At the center of this storm is a high-profile real estate agent, Riley Rhodes, a name synonymous with luxury listings and fast approvals. But new documents would suggest that those approvals may not have come so easily or so legally. This site was once a neighborhood of rent-controlled apartments. 6 months ago, it was rezoned for a high-density luxury development. City Council records show objectives were filed, but mysteriously withdrawn days before the vote. And campaign finance reports reveal sizable donations from shell companies tied to the one named Riley Rhodes and Tony Pepacino. What being built for many people to move here and live here is now being curated into a generous business deal in which has millions being funneled through for many mechanical repairs and needs and necessities. How could one building and one mechanic place need requirements from state approval for $4.3 million? We reached out to Riley Rhodes for comment in a statement. Rhodes denies any wrongdoing, calling the allegations an attempt to sabotage legitimate development, but former residents tell a different story.
You talk about who? Riley Rhodes? Yeah, that guy, he screwed me over. I was a millionaire. I owned many companies. They funneled money through 3 LLCs and paid off inspectors and fast-tracked environmental clearances that should have taken months. I was a part of that deal. I was one of those guys that helped build that company. Riley Rhodes isn't the only one, yes, but I tell you, he's the main architect. He's the one who made it all happen. And if it wasn't for him, I'd still be a millionaire. He took all my money. $4 billion and residency claims gone. Where did all the money go? I don't know, but somebody's got it.
They told us that renovations were coming, and next thing we knew, eviction notices, then delimitation crews, and we never stood a chance. They just came through and started taking out everything.
After reviewing hundreds of financial records, we've uncovered payments totaling $4.2 million routed through offshore accounts before resurfacing in local political action committees. Authorities have confirmed a formal investigation is now underway. This isn't just about buildings. It's about trust and who gets to shape our city and what it costs. I am a Persian Doggy, and stay with us as we catch Mr. Rhodes leaving the building of which he uses to cooperate with his business and banking. Pacific Standard, the banking in which the whole city uses, has main corruption policies in itself, of which has been in real estate and zoning issues. Mr. Rhodes is probably in there right now using faulty money that is caught erupted to the city to probably gain his financial next advisory decision. Let's see what he has to say about this. Let's catch him when he leaves, shall we?
In this business, timing is everything. You anticipate change before it happens. It's not corruption, that's strategy. Mr. Rhodes is a strategist. Emails may never look good out of context, but that's why context is everything. I thought everything was handled with the paperwork, and I've handled it all myself, and all the legalities have all been signed within concernment. I do believe Mr. Rhodes is an innocent man, and this smear case will show that Mr. Rhodes is a great, legitimate businessman in which he has done proficient business with the city and always has. He is one of the best real estate agents there is. I believe Mr. Rhodes, as in I, Mr. Rhodes, have always put everyone on the right road, whether that be in law or whether that be in living. This is a smear campaign on my client here, Mr. Riley Rhodes. I believe that all this is said and done, you will see that the appropriated money went in appropriated funds all to the correct places in which it was paid to be. That care center for those cars was needed to be placed there, and the city allotted funds for Mr. Rhodes to be placed there, and they were never going to build any homes for anyone to ever live there. Let's be honest. But there's a lot of people that go into play in building and, making corporations and building organizations. Riley Rhodes isn't the only one. They're just the architect. And he writes the blueprints up to some magnificent, beautiful buildings. Just take it from me, he built my law firm.
Mr. Rhodes, Mr. Rhodes! Would you like to give Weazel News a statement?
No, all statements that have been given to me will be given from my lawyer. I have already told you all my businesses are legit, and everything that I do has been legit.
With these allegations that you have been a big mogul business corrupted and philanthropist, what do you have to say about these allegations that are brought against you?
At the end of the day, that is exactly what they are. They're just allegations. I won't say anything much or anything more on anything else on just these allegations, but they are just that. If you want to speak on me or anything about me or anything from my profile, just speak to my lawyer. He's already spoke to you. If you have anything to ask of me, just know Rhodes always puts you in the right place. Caribbean island has not seen no sights of eyes of another man like such. I can move buildings and make deals happen that no one else can. If you want to call that corruption, you can, but I just call it being a great businessman.
As the walls fall down on the real estate mogul Riley Rhodes, and the story becomes more nationwide, and people start to understand the Rhodes family being as more corrupted, more financially advisory in which they have been. Apparently, law firms and real estate agencies are at the heart of the corruption that ruined the dwelling of the city. Maybe the rich hand actually does write the check of the brokest man of them all. But to be broke is only to be fixed. Here, Weazel News and your news correspondent, Doggy, will stick to the story to find out what happens with Mr. Riley Rhodes in the investigation. Apparently, he has fled the city and hopes to find a way to get these offshore accounts settled and handled before they are any financially reviewed. Be on the lookout for anyone that looks like Mr. Rhodes, and if you see him, report them to the authorities, as in Mr. Riley Rhodes is a highly wanted individual on the FIB list. And if you would like to keep up with all the details on this case, keep up with Weazel News and your correspondent, Doggy.